Namaste. Today, very beautiful pose that we will learn, Adho Mukha Swanasana. Adho Mukha means downward facing. Swan means dog. So many of us, we have little confusion that how to bring the distance in Adho Mukha Swanasana. Today I will share with you the perfect technique to perform for everyone. You can understand how you can perform this pose without knowing your length between the hands and legs. So keep your eyes on my posture, understand very carefully, and then learn and perform this if it works or not. So when we do Adho Mukha Swanasana, so the centering pose which we will choose, the starting pose, that is Vajrasana. Okay, so Vajrasana is that I am sitting in Vajrasana right now in the kneeling pose. So when you sit in Vajrasana, make sure that your hips, they touch the heels. When they touch the heel, then what you will do, you will try to open the feet. See what I am doing? I am keeping my finger under the top of my foot, and then I am removing the skin out. So when you remove the skin out, you will have more gap to go down. So the hips goes more down. So the body more shrinks. So you become perfectly aligned with your buttocks and your heels. The same thing we will do with other side. So now I'm completely down. Second thing what you will do, very tiny adjustment you will do here. You will try to open the heel to the side. So when you open the heel to the side, you will have the body, the hips goes more down, because this is very important to understand your own alignment of Adho Mukha Swanasana. You will know this. So I will do this with both sides. I am go down. Now I will open my knee to the edge of the mat, because I want my body to space to go forward in Adho Mukha Veerasana. So you want to go Adho Mukha Swanasana, so what you have to do, you have to come in Vajrasana, tiny adjustment, a little bit on the heels and the feet, then you open the knee and you enter to Veerasana, Adho Mukha Veerasana, don't forget the name. Now I will go down like this and extend my body as much as possible. Make sure when you extend your body forward, you are not lifting the buttocks up, because if you move your buttocks up, you will do the mistake, because then the Adho Mukha Swanasana, your hands will go more forward, and that will extend your whole body. You will not be able to come in perfect alignment of downward facing dog. So make sure that you adjusted everything here. Now the buttocks are shrinking, touching the inner edge of the sole of your foot, and then without disturbing them, you go forward. You can see that my hips, they are still touched to my heel, and then I'm extending my spine here. Arms are shoulder level here. So when the arms are shoulder level, you need to do one very important thing, that the palms, they should be very open. So fingers should be very open, so that you are not keeping the gap, not making the hole in your palm. So palms are fully stretched so that they can place completely to the mat, which is very important. Why? Because if the fingers are closed and passive, your arms will not be able to become stronger to hold the body weight. That's why most of the people, they does mistake. What they do is, they keep the fingers very passive, and whole weight of Adho Mukha Swanasana comes on the shoulders, and then it's very hard to stay longer in the pose. If you want to stay longer and to get the proper benefits of this pose, you must adjust these small area where many of people, they don't pay attention. So fingers separate, you can feel that your forearm is more active when the fingers are more separate. You can do now. Keep the fingers very passive and see, touch here, hold here, how you feel, and then separate the fingers and then touch, see how the forearm becomes strong. So that's this thing you have to do here. So again, extend, keep the thumb facing to each other like this way, and what I'm doing is I'm keeping the thumb facing each other. I'm keeping the index finger in L shape, so you also can do this way. So this, palms down. Now extend. Once you feel you cannot go further than this, because if you're trying to go further, your hips comes up, it means this is for you right now. So maintain the same distance, press the palm, head down, and few breath. Just stay here. Why few breath? Because you want to keep the spine as long as possible, because if you quickly go to Adho Mukha Swanasana, it means you are going with a short spine. So I want you to keep the head down, but arms are up, elbows are up, and then stay here for few breaths, at least for the 7 to 10 deep breath. And when the spine is prepared, you lift the head, look forward, and then you lift the whole body. See what I'm doing? I'm not changing my foot. I'm just lifting the hips up without changing my foot. And once the hips up, you flex the foot, right foot, and tuck your toes in. Flex the left foot, tuck your toes in as much as possible. Don't make it very slow. Full flex as much as possible. And then you go back, lift the hips higher, and by shifting the weight to the legs, you go down. See, I'm not changing my hands. I am not changing my hands. And then you place the heel down. This is the pose. If you notice what I did here, again see, when I was coming up like this, I didn't go too much there. So you also don't go. Adho Mukha Swanasana is, you are just here, you tuck your toes, and then without disturbing the shoulder movement towards the palm, you are just lifting the buttocks up like this. That will elevate your buttocks up. Legs are separate, hips distance, heels are touch the floor, head down, arms are straight. And then again same, down, back, and then down like this. Again down. So this is how you enter into the pose. So how you can check that you did correct, because when you went up the same way without sliding the hands forward or backward, you should be down on your Vajrasana. Understand what I'm saying here. So when you start Vajrasana, everything adjusts like I said you. Remove the skin, shrink the buttocks down without disturbing, stretch the hands. That much for me. Now inhale, head up, little bit up, tuck your toes inside, and then hips up, and then touch down, heels. Now as I went down, as I will go down, I will do the same, this, and then this. If you see, I'm still again back to my heels. But if you feel that you have to go back to the heel, it means your entering was not perfect. So you should enter and you should come back in the same distance. That you should try in Adho Mukha Swanasana. So try this pose. Once you do this repetitions, you will be familiar with this asana, and then you will understand the perfect distance for you in Adho Mukha Swanasana. Why we should do this pose? Why you should do this pose? As a beginner, first of all, the physical benefits of this pose is it gives the strength and improves the circulation to the legs as well as to the upper body, which is heart, brain. So it refreshes the whole body. It brings the circulation back to the heart and refresh the brain. So those who don't feel very well energetic in the morning, they must do this pose when they start the day in the morning. Another benefit, it gives a flexibility to the whole legs. So if you feel that your hamstrings are very tight, the hips are very tight, you don't have enough mobility in your hip joint, you must do this Adho Mukha Swanasana. Then another physical benefit gives a strength to the arms. So if you are learning the handstand, the balancing posture of the arms, plank pose, Chaturanga Dandasana, the arms are not enough strong, Adho Mukha Swanasana is a arm strengthening pose for the beginner. You can also try this. Another physical benefit, if you do Adho Mukha Swanasana, what it happens, the upper body, which is from the waist to the upper trunk, and lower body from the waist down, they becomes equal. So you will have this coordination between the upper and lower body together, which is very important in many yoga asanas. So that's why Adho Mukha Swanasana is also called the centering pose of all the asana, because it gives you the center. It improves the function and coordination between the upper and lower body. When it comes to deeper inner benefits of Adho Mukha Swanasana, it rejuvenates the body. It improves the blood flow in whole area. So basically what is happening in Adho Mukha Swanasana, if you perform, you are trying to circulate and increasing the heat of the body during the practice. So early morning during the winter time, this is a very good pose. If you start, if you feel that your body is a little bit, not feeling very well, not awake also to practice asana or any pranayam or any yoga, practice it like a meditation. Do Adho Mukha Swanasana, downward facing dog, for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Repeat the pose 3 to 4 times, and then you perform the meditation and pranayama. You will find a huge change. You will find more focus, you will find that you are going deeper in the practice. Now the second part, Adho Mukha Swanasana, what it gives you the base, the foundation. And which foundation? It gives you the foundation of confidence. Because Adho Mukha Swanasana is a beginner pose also to improve the flexibility. So when you have a flexibility in your back leg, you can do many forward bending poses which are at once. So for beginner, everyone should spend more time with variations of Adho Mukha Swanasana. There are many variations. You can learn by the time when we will go forward in coming videos. Because in different areas of the body, you perform the Adho Mukha Swanasana. For example, if you want to work with upper hamstring, different way of Adho Mukha Swanasana. If you want to work with your back knee, different way of Adho Mukha Swanasana. If you want to work with the calf muscle, another way. So there are many different benefits of this. You understood this basic technique of Adho Mukha Swanasana. Try this, stay there, repeat the pose 3 to 4 times and get the proper understanding about this pose, and then stay here for minimum 1 minute each time. Do 2 times, 3 times, repeat the pose, become flexible. Try not to push the chest too much. Just maintain the perfect shape of the asana, and then you will see the benefit. Namaste.